Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for the movie Beast, released in 2022 with a runtime of an hour and 33 minutes. This movie is rated R. As of the recording of this video, the Rotten Tomato score is 70% for the critics, 69% for the audience. I think that's a pretty fair score on both ends, really. And I think it's when both the audience and the critics kind of agree or very similar. I think that's something you can. It's a movie that's not very divisive. I think most people feel the same way about it. So this movie is directed by Baltasar Kormukar and written by Ryan Engel and Jamie Primak. So if you have no knowledge of this movie, I won't go into any spoilers, but I will give you a brief synopsis of what's on their website. Idris Elba stars in a pulse-pounding new thriller about a father and his two teenage daughters who find themselves hunted by a massive rogue lion intent on proving that the savannah has but one apex predator. Elba plays Dr. Nate Daniels, a recently widowed husband who returns to South Africa, where where he first met his wife on a long-planned trip with her daughters to a game reserve managed by Martin Battles, who is played by Shalto Copley. We'll talk more about the characters in a minute. An old family friend and wildlife biologist, but what begins as a journey of healing jolts into a fearsome fight for survival when a lion, a survivor of bloodthirsty poachers who now sees all humans as enemies, begins stalking them. So yeah, that's pretty much what this movie. I think one of the things I enjoyed about it, because I did like the movie, is that it promises on everything that, I mean, it delivered everything that it promises, right? The trailer, which the Universal did not let us show on the channel, we got a copyright strike even though we made a video for it. Yeah, it was very straightforward. This is a movie about a lion hunting this family, and that's it. And that's what the movie gives you, and that's kind of where my one complaint comes from this movie, I think. And this is a very minor, well, it's not very minor, but it's not like a deal breaker for me. This movie is a little too long for the story that they've planned out. That's it. There is a few scenes or a few, yeah, just a few parts in the movie that really feel like a filler, or they needed to they stretched them out a little longer than they probably needed to, just to get to that runtime that they were looking for. I feel like the story was straightforward enough that there was some of the stuff that you probably didn't need. And but then we would have gotten, like, like a maybe like a 70-minute movie, which probably they don't want. So that's really my biggest complaint. Everything else overall, it's either good to like really enjoyable. So let's talk about the cast real quick. We have Idris Elba as Dr. Nate Samuels, who, very big fan of Idris Elba. I think he's one of the big draws for me going to watch this movie. We also have Sharlto Copley, who I love. He plays Martin Battles. He's the game reserve guy. You may know him from things like District 9 and the A Team and stuff like that. I don't know why. I really like this actor. I think it has a lot to do with his accent and the way he talks. I really find, I don't know, like I really like that quality in his characters, which is just him talking like he talks normally. But yeah, I like him a lot. He's very charismatic. So, and then we also have Leah Jeffries as Nora Samuels and Iana Holly as Meredith Samuels, who are Idris Elba's daughters. So, yeah, at the heart of this movie, we have this family struggling to heal and move forward with, a recent family tragedy, going back to their family roots. So that's really interesting. I think the exploration of that maybe could have been a little bit deeper and maybe fill in those gaps where we have some of the parts that were stretched out in the story. We also have the whole idea of these poachers, but that's not explored too much. The poachers are more like the device of like what happened to get this. Why is this lion being like this? I mean, that's obviously not lion behavior. So yeah, it's. But like I said, it's an enjoyable movie. I had a good time at the theater. I think the camera work was done in such a cool way that it really, you feel the tension as you're sitting there in the jungle, like, or in the safari, um like waiting behind trees or in the car. Like all the camera work is really cool. Like I love, you get a lot of maybe like a third person shooter type of shots over the shoulder or like very up close. The lion, I think it looked great for CGI. Like I said, I'm not the biggest critic on CGI because it's hard for me to tell. Like if unless it's really bad CGI, then I don't really notice it. I thought the lion looked very good, especially for a lot of shots that we have. But there's a lot of it's easier to hide bad CGI in at night shots, but they have some stuff that's in the middle of the day. Um, which I think still looks pretty great. The performances are really cool. As I said, I think the premise of Idris Elba fighting a lion, which we see in the in the trailer a little bit, that was very promising, and I think it fully delivered. Um, yeah, it was a really really cool sequence there when that happens. Uh, and yeah, overall, I just had a good time. It was a fun time. I went to watched this at the theater and really really enjoyed it. So I think if you don't have anything else to watch at the moment, there's not a lot of movies at the theater right now. It feels like the summer's kind of like in that period of uh like the summer's winding down. We have a few things that are coming out that just like these are movies that are probably fun, but they're not like big summer blockbusters. They're just kind of batting cleanup here. So yeah, if you haven't, if you not want to watch this, and if you've already seen Dragon Ball Superhero, then maybe this is not a bad idea for you to go check this out. Like I said, I enjoyed it enough. It's 90 minutes, so it's nice and nice and quick. Good experience. I'm doing this thing where I get to the theater like uh 20 minutes um after the start time, because I know by then we'll have a few minutes of trailers left and then the movie will get started. Just we just watch so many trailers here in the channel that I just don't need to watch trailers all the time, unless like I'm at the IMAX theater or whatever. But yeah, overall very enjoyable. You can check out my letterbox review also in the description of the video, and let us know what you think if you've seen this movie. And as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Sundays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Bye bye.